Hello everybody and welcome to my channel Gamalinka TV. With me as your hostess, my name is Galina and my channel is about places I like to visit. And today I am back to Busch Gardens to check out the new ride called Serengeti Flyer. They just opened up yesterday for general public, and essentially it's a huge swing, just like a swing you have on the playground, only this one is 135 feet tall, and it swings as fast as 62 miles per hour, I believe. So as somebody said, it's a playground swing on steroids. And I think it depicts it perfectly. So let's go to the park and check it out.
Just up ahead is our main entrance. If you have already purchased a ticket or voucher, please take a moment to look at your printout. If it says this is your ticket, you can proceed right up to the park entrance. If it says self-service ticket, please remain seated until the tram has come to a full and complete stop, and watch your head and step as you exit.
That was just like 1 minute ride, and it's like 7-8 minute walk maybe. It's I think like a mile walk, not sure. And this is where you purchase your ticket if you don't have it yet. I already bought one online and I actually bought annual pass. So all I need to do is go straight through this security check and then just scan my annual pass further down. Okay, I'm in, and I'm going to stop at the guest services first and pick up the perk for the month of February, which there were two. One I used, it was a free sampler, free food sample, and the second perk I did not pick up because I wasn't going to use it at that moment. But the second perk is a quick queue, which allows you to go on a ride of your choice without waiting in line. So you just go first, and it's this month perk, and today is February 28th, which is the last day to use it. So it's like use it or lose it, and I'm going to use it to go to the Serengeti flights without waiting in line. There should not be long line anyway because it's Tuesday, so it's a school day. Yeah, but still, you know, not waiting at all is better than waiting a little. All right, let's get me my quick queue perk. Hi. Well, apparently that quick queue perk already expired. It expired like on February 24th or something like that. But like I said, it's a slow day in the park, and according to this board, the longest wait is 15 minutes. All others are 5 minutes, which is nothing. Perfect, but they do not have the new one listed here. But I would say it's going to be the same. And here they have an advertisement for feeding giraffes, and I kind of want to do it today. So we might do that too. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out. Before I go to Serengeti flight, I want to stop by the gators enclosure and see my gators. And in 30 minutes there will be the keeper talk. So somebody will come out and will be telling the public the facts about the gators. And I hope they'll be feeding them too. They don't do it too often. And especially they don't do it when it's cold, because gators need sunshine and hot, warm weather to digest their food. So when it's cold, they won't even eat because it will just sit in their tummy and rot without getting digested. So far just that one gator out. Oh, I see one more. Oh, I see one more. They have 6 of them total. Oh, there is 2 more. Okay, so 5 of them out so far. So we're just missing one. 1, 2, 3, and 4 over there behind that tree. And I believe I found number 6 over there. Let's go around and look at him. Yep, that's him right here, number 6. And here you can make your own souvenir in just 60 seconds. Little plastic gator, and it only costs $5. And you pay by card or cash. Nice. And here is the mold. I can smell plastic just by standing in front of it. So funny. And this is a great area to sit and wait for the show to start. And they also have an ice skating show here in this building, which is called the Moroccan Palace. Funny thing is that both shows, the ice skating show and the gators, they both start at the same time, 2:30. I already seen the ice show. I'm waiting for the gators, to see if they're gonna get fed today. And they also had the gorilla keeper talk before, but not today. Well, while we're waiting for the keeper talk for the gators, why don't we go inside this Mayombe Reserve and see some gorillas? We have time to kill. So I was on the way to see the gorillas, and I saw the keeper who was going to do the gators talk, and I asked her if she was going to feed them, and she said, "You're in luck. Yes, today is the first day since November that they're feeding them."
Good afternoon. If you would like to learn about the American alligator, please meet us in front of the alligator exhibit for a presentation that will begin in just a few moments. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right now.
Oh my God, she is with her back to the croc, to the gator.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Sarah. This is Michelle and Chris and also Sarah. We are some of the American alligator keepers here at Busch Gardens. And beside me and behind me, you're going to see that we've got 7 adult male alligators. They all range in age from 25 to 30 years old. And, we're really fortunate to even see alligators in the world today. Because back in the 1950s and 60s, alligators had been hunted to near extinction for both their skin and their meat. So in the 1970s, when the Endangered Species Act was created, alligators were one of the very first animals to be put on the endangered species list. This means that both the animal and its environment were protected. So at that time, Busch Gardens did have male and female alligators, and we were part of a breeding and reintroduction program. So the eggs and the babies, we sent them off to Florida Fish and Wildlife to be raised up to a certain size. And then the Florida Fish and Wildlife put them back out into the natural Florida waterways to boost the population of alligators. Now that program was so successful that after about 20 years, alligators were able to come off of the endangered species list. So it really goes to show you protect an animal and its environment, we can bring them back from the brink of extinction. Now you are all here on a very special day. Today is a feed day for the alligators, and it is so special because alligators are reptiles and they do not need to eat every day. Everything about alligators is temperature dependent. So when it's a little bit too cold, they don't digest the food, so we don't give them food. They wouldn't even eat even if we offered it. So in the spring and in the fall, we'll feed them about once a week, and in the summertime, we'll feed them about twice a week. And all of our food comes to us frozen. We thaw it out. We have a local fish here called mullet that we can feed. And today I believe it is gator sausage. So that means, think about like cat kibble and dog kibble. There is a company that makes alligator kibble. And we mix that with meat and water, put it in a sausage casing, and then feed it to the alligators. Now out in nature, it is very, very, very important. You should never, ever, ever feed an alligator out in nature. Alligators are naturally wary of human. They're afraid of us. We're very tall, we're very loud. They don't want to be anywhere near us. But hanging around where humans are and learning that they can get easy food, they don't necessarily see us as a food item, but as a food bringer. That can change their behavior and can have them start coming up to humans. Now, how we prevent that here at Busch Gardens, our animals are zoo alligators. Of course, we're going to be feeding them. But our alligators have to have table manners. So when we do feed, they must be in the water between the palm tree and the oak tree behind me here. And they all line up along the water's edge, and they're going to be all nice and calm. And we're going to go down the line with our buckets, and we're going to put food pretty much directly into their mouth. And in order to kind of start that meal to let them know it is dinner time, is we've got a special call for them, and then we will do that. So if you want to just make sure, are we good? Everyone kind of looking around? Good? All right. So I'm going to get off microphone for just a few moments because I'm going to be watching their back while they are going to be feeding the alligators. And if you have any questions, please hold on to them till the end. When we're done feeding, I will get back on the microphone and then answer any questions you may have.
Thank you. Oh my God, that is scary. This is so trippy. Come on, come on, come on. Opa. Oh, yummy, yummy. Cool. Yeah. Sausage. Gator sausage. Up. Dinosaurs. Oh, and the last one. Late to the party. Everybody's waiting for you. Wow, look at those teeth. I know. Super cool.
Yeah, that was real. Ready to head on?
Nice. Cool. Seven.
All right, everybody, let's give a round of applause to our feeders here. That was incredible, right?
It was. Thank you so much.
So as you can see, all of our alligators have really good table manners. Everyone
Yes.
was nice and calm in the water and was reinforced for that. We did have one alligator that started to come up a little bit, got excited about it. Oh, it's so exciting. And then back out of the water and got some reinforcement for that. All of our animals here use positive reinforcement training. It means that we always give them a chance to do what they would like what we would like them to do, and we're giving them their favorite things for it. For alligators, it's definitely the sausage. For other animals, it can be enrichment or tactile or things like that. We also do choice-based training. It is always the animal's choice to participate in any behavior. If one of our alligators chose that they wanted to stay up on land and not get food this time, that's okay. They're reptiles. They don't need to eat every time, so they can do whatever they would like. All right, I'm going to open up to all of you all. What sort of questions might you have? What have you always wanted to know about alligators?
Okay, so may I please, you know how they serve gator tails, gator bites, gator sausage, gator burger, even in a restaurant? So are they like farm raised somewhere and supplied?
So yeah, at a lot of restaurants, you can also see things like gator tail, like gator bites, things like that. Now, back in the 1970s and 80s, it was kind of taboo because a lot of the alligators were poached at that time. But alligator farms are very prevalent now. It's no longer taboo to eat alligator meat, eat meat products, or have any of the accessory products like belts or purses or shoes or anything like that, because alligators are farmed. And alligator farms are also part of the zoos and aquariums that were able to help bring back the population of alligators back from the brink of extinction. They were a really big part of that too.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, way down there. How big can they grow?
Teeth. How many
How
teeth?
many teeth can they grow? So alligators can have 80 teeth at any given time. I say at any given time because, you know, like sharks have rows of teeth, and when one tooth falls out, the next one kind of grows into its place. Crocodiles and alligators have the same thing, only instead of rows of teeth, they have like traffic cones of teeth. So when one falls out, the next one grows up in the same spot where the other one fell out. So they can go through thousands of teeth in their lifetime. And no, I have not seen the alligator tooth fairy.
Okay. And you're comfortable with standing with your back towards them?
Oh yeah, so I am comfortable with standing with my back to the alligators. I also have 3 of spotters with me, so it's not that they're trying to be rude to you by having their backs to you, but they're watching my back while I'm talking to all of you all. They're gonna let me know if there's any shenanigans happening. Secondly, I also have my portable fence here, that if the alligator did want to come out of the water and be where I am at, maybe I'm in a really good basking spot, I can put my stick in between me and the alligator and I can just step away. And then thirdly, if anything cool is about to happen, everybody's phones just magically go up. And that means I probably want to turn around and see whatever's happening too, because I want to see whatever cool is about to happen.
We'll yell before that happens. We'll like scream like crazy.
What other questions might you have? Right down there. How old is the oldest alligator here? So we've got, all of these boys are in their 25 to 30 years old. I have to double check to make sure exactly who's the oldest. I think that it is Bubbles, but I'm not 100%. I'd have to go back. We do know all of their hatch days because they did hatch at other zoos and aquariums and came here, but I care for over 200 animals. It is very difficult to remember everybody's birthday. I can sometimes barely remember mine.
Right.
Now, alligators out in nature, they're going to live into be their 50s, maybe even 60s. There's ones at other zoos that are over 80 years old. So I would not be surprised if you come back in another 30 years that we would easily be able to say that alligators live to be 60, 70, 80, maybe even 100 years old, which would be pretty cool.
So whoever chose to go see the ice skating show really missed out on gators feeding time. My goodness. I am so happy that I got to see it and record it. I was hoping for that to happen to me. So happy. Now let's find some loose change and throw it in the fountain and make a wish. Although one of my wishes just came through, and that was to see alligators being fed here in Busch Gardens in Tampa. And that's how many more wishes I can make. 8 wishes. All right. Ta-da! Done. Oh, cool. There will be a new event soon for the Wine Festival starting March 10th, the 10th. Cool. I'll be here for that. Oh, I can't wait to Christmas Town at 300 days until Christmas. And there is another plastic souvenir you can mold, and that's a penguin. It's right in front of this penguin's enclosure. They are African penguins. Don't believe me? Read. See for yourself. See, it says so. The African penguin. Let's check them out.
They're so cute. You're getting good ones, Evan.
Yes.
You want to play with them?
The African.
You want to go play? Want to go play with them? You want to go play with them?
Just rubbing his back against the glass.
So if you guys put your hand on here, they'll follow you. They'll follow your hand.
Do they think like that I have fish and
No,
they try
they
to?
just will
They,
play- they
oh,
play
they
with
just
you.
play.
They'll
They just
play.
play. Okay.
Come on, baby. They'll play.
Ooh, that one popped out.
They usually will come and play, and you can like go like that, and
Boop.
it's so fun. They like do all the fun.
And this is where they keep Aladabra tortoises or turtles. There is one under the fence. They have 2. Let's go find the other. And there's the other one. One. And the other one. They're sleeping. Oh, he's not sleeping. He's eating. The other one is sleeping. Huge. Ooh, I want some funnel cake with strawberries. Oh, that sounds good. And on my way to Serengeti Flight, I stopped at Animal Interactions and Tours and purchased, I paid for the experience of the Serengeti tour, where you go to the Serengeti plain to feed the giraffes. And it was $39.99 with my pass holder discount. It was $38.69 after tax. And you need to be here 15 minutes prior your time. My time is 4:45, so for 30 I will need to be here under this white tent. They will instruct you before you go, and then you go on this truck over here, and they will take you to the giraffes and they will give you letters, and you'll get to feed them. And those people are returning after feeding the giraffes. Cool. Okay, that will be me soon. And this is the way to Serengeti Flyer. But I think I'm gonna take a little detour and gonna go see one more keeper talk. It's a brand new one. They will bring out different animals like porcupine and others and tell you about them. And then I'll go feed giraffes, and then I'll go try Serengeti Flyer before I leave the park. And that's the Serengeti Flyer flying right now above the trees. Whoa! This will be me before I leave the park. Whoa! This is pretty intense. Just like they said, the swing on steroids. The playground swing on the steroids, yeah. Very nice. Aww. Wait.
Follow.
Us too? Everybody?
Good job, Maddie. Let's go, Mama.
We're following.
Good job. Water.
Woo! Good job. Rescue Tales. See amazing animals and hear inspiring stories of rescues in this fun and educational presentation. Can't wait! Hey, kookaburra bird. Kookaburra. And macaw. Ooh.
Hello everybody, this is Pocket, our Virginia opossum, and this was originally an East Coast animal, but they spread all across the United States while the railroad tracks being built. In fact, they're brought state to state as a food source. But we came across Pocket here because one night a lady was driving home and she saw a cute little fur ball run across the road. And she had tried her best to stop, but she had accidentally hit that fur ball. So she got out of her car and saw that she had hit an opossum. However, though this lady was really, really smart, she had done her research and she remembered reading somewhere that opossums are marsupial. And we know marsupials now with a pouch. But what do they keep in that pouch?
Baby.
What do they keep in that pouch?
Baby.
There we go. So she got down real low. She bravely opened up that pouch, and what she found was 5 beautiful opossums. So she swooped them on up and took them to the nearest rehab center, where they had the best chance of getting back out in the wild, and they were doing great. They're eating, they're foraging for their own food, they're getting bigger and stronger, they start climbing, they're even safe from people, except for Pocket here, who they had found out was almost completely blind. And because of that, he was unable to release back out in the wild with his siblings. However, though, he found a home with us about 2 years ago. And I know 2 years, it might sound young, but these guys, they only live 3 to 4 years.
What?
But check this out. In those 3 to 4 years, a mama opossum, she'll have up to 50 babies.
Whoa.
Yeah, if I had 50 kids, I'd probably go after 3 years too.
Right.
Now, Pocket here,
Yeah.
he's an amazing animal. In fact, he's North America's only marsupial. And speaking of marsupials, our next guest comes from the land of marsupials, Australia. But let's say goodbye to Pocket, our Virginia opossum.
Bye, Pocket.
Bye, Pocket.
Now this is Giggles, and he is the laughing kookaburra.
Yay.
Now this bird here is truly famous for his voice. See, they use the kookaburra's call in the background of every single movie that's ever had a jungle scene ever. It doesn't matter if they're showing an African, a South American, or an Asian jungle, they still use the kookaburra's call, even though he's from the exact opposite climate. He's from the grasslands of Australia, but they use this bird's voice because he does sound like he comes from the jungle. Do you guys want to hear it?
Yes,
Are
please.
you ready, buddy?
Oh my God.
Isn't that awesome? I love it. Now, although he may be famous for that awesome voice of his, I think he should be famous for something else as well, because this bird here is an amazing hunter. He's actually the largest member of the kingfisher family, but he doesn't hunt fish. No, instead, he hunts mice, lizards, and snakes in the grasslands of Australia. I've even seen videos of these birds hunting thin snakes as long as 6 feet. They'll dive down with that specialized bill of theirs. They grab onto the snakes right behind the back of the head, then they'll whip them back and forth until it's like a limp noodle. Then he'll start to swallow. Slowly swallowing, digesting that snake over 3 days while the rest of it hangs out the corner of his mouth. Sounds weird, works very well for the kookaburra though. Now, if somebody here in the US fell in love with these birds, they found a way to purchase one online and brought one into their home. Only this person lived in an apartment complex. And see, kookaburra are known in Australia as the outback alarm clock because every single morning at the break of dawn, they let out that call, that
Oh my God.
Let's just say the neighbors weren't such a big fan of Giggles here, which is why he was sent to us at our center. Now, I do love this bird a lot, but being woken up by that call every single morning would be enough to have me pull my hair out, kind of like our next guest, but that is Giggles, the laughing kookaburra.
Bye, Giggles.
And this is Whizzer, our turkey vulture. And I gotta tell you, I absolutely love his big, beautiful bald head. But in 10 years, I really hope I don't look like him. What this bird does is he wakes up every single morning and he spreads his wings out nice and wide. He starts to take up that sun, and once he gets nice and warm, he takes flight in the sky and he starts getting to work. He starts sniffing for the dirtiest, most rotten, disgusting thing he can find. And once he finds something so gross and rotten, he's gonna dive on down and he's gonna make a meal out of it. Now I know what we're thinking. It's pretty gross, right? He eats dead things, but for being honest ourselves, we all eat dead things. Nobody finds a cow to chase it down the road and chew on its leg. Only difference with Whizzer here is he can eat stuff with so much germs and bacteria, it would make us sick to our stomach. He works perfect as nature's cleanup crew. And that bald head of his is absolutely perfect for that diet. He's diving on down to rotten meat, but he wants to keep that head nice and clean. But he's got one really weird trick to rinse off these feet when they're nice and dirty. Do you guys want to hear it?
Yes.
So do you guys want to hear it?
Yes.
Alright, when those feet get really, really gross and nasty, to rinse them off, he pees on them.
Oh.
That's why we named him Whizzer. And Whizzer's been with us for over 17 years, because 17 years ago, someone had the bright idea to shoot this beautiful bird right in his left wing. And as we know, birds' bones are hollow, so when they break, they don't always heal back right. And that's what happened to Whizzer here. So we can, oh, thanks buddy, appreciate you. That's why I wear brown pants. No, so he can fly a little bit, but unfortunately it's not enough to survive in the wild, which is why he was sent over to us. But brace yourselves, because our next guest, he comes off a little bit prickly. But let's say goodbye to Whizzer, our beautiful turkey vulture.
Now this is Boris, and he is the South American porcupine, otherwise known as the quindu. Now, you guys have all heard about how porcupines shoot their quills, right? So what we're gonna do is on the count of 3, we're gonna clap one time really loudly. When we clap, he's gonna shoot 10 to 20 quills towards the audience. So you guys in the first 3 rows, cover your eyes. Ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
1, 2, 3. It didn't work. Let's try one more time. Ready? 1, 2, 3. It's not working. Do you know why it's not working? Because porcupines don't shoot their quills. Those quills are just hairs that's sharp and stiff and pokey. And when another animal touches them, that's when those needles are left behind. It's not like they're spring-loaded and you can say Fire Missile 6 and shoot them out. But even though porcupines can't shoot their quills, they are amazing creatures. In fact, porcupines make up a lot of the world's largest rodents, from the Indian and African crested porcupines that can weigh upwards of 50 pounds and have quills that are over 2 feet in length. Or the North American porcupine, the fuzzy tree climber with barb quills we have right here in the United States. But my favorite to talk about is definitely the South American porcupine. These quindu have over 30,000 quills covering every inch of their body. Everything except for their feet, that big button nose of theirs, and the very tip of their prehensile or grasping tail. Now what the quindu will do is he'll sit in a hollowed out area of a tree waiting for nightfall. Then he goes on his nightly excursion, traveling through the canopies of the South American rainforest with confidence because of that awesome hairdo of his. But let's say a predator does come near him. What he'll do is he'll shake his entire body like a big spiky maraca, banging those quills together to alert that predator that he would make an extremely prickly meal. And he uses this prehensile tail of his to keep his balance as he's traveling through the canopies of the rainforest, reaching out for fruits, flowers, leaves, or the branches. That tail of his keeps him nice and secure up in those trees. Now, we got Boris here from an animal production company that was shut down due to a lack of business. So Boris has retired from the life on the big screens to now doing programs with us. I think he's absolutely amazing, though. That is Boris. Let's say goodbye to the porcupine.
Bye, porcupine.
And this is Disco, our gray fox. And he was found abandoned as a pup by a rehab center. And they took him in with every intention on re-releasing him back out in the wild. But unfortunately, they chose the wrong rehab to do the job. And she took him home and did everything wrong. See, she loved on him, she cuddled on him, she let him play with the dogs, watching with the kids. So by the time that she had brought him back, they had seen that she had completely ruined him. He totally lost his healthy fear and respect to people. So they sent him on over to us about 15 years ago. Now, gray foxes in the wild, they only live 8 to 9 years. Disco here is 16 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, that makes him a bit of a senior citizen, which is why we had to bring him to Florida. Now, gray foxes, they are excellent nighttime hunters. In fact, he's got some cat-like movements that he'll use to scalp the trees at night to get to his diet. And he'll eat things like birds, mice, berries, grasses, carrion, just about anything you can think of. He takes care of it. He works perfect as nature's pest control. But you see, we were noticing a problem. For a long time, their populations were diminishing because they were being overhunted for this beautiful coat of theirs. And then if that wasn't enough, we also introduced an invasive species called the European red fox. It started taking over their habitats, their food sources, and kicking them out of their homes. But in recent years, however, though, the gray fox populations have been making a comeback, which I think is pretty cool. Now, Disco here, he is cute, but boy, does he pack a punch. And what I mean by that is he is one stinky little man. He's got a very strong odor, one that he'll use out in the wild to detour other males away, to let them know it's my space, stay away. But the thing I love about it, he also uses it as his own personal cologne to help him get the lady foxes. Yeah, but even though he's stinky, we still love him. Let's give a hand to Disco, our gray fox.
Bye, Disco.
Now this is Ebu, and what is he?
Owl.
Who?
Ah,
Who? I'm kidding, that's my only owl joke. You're absolutely right, he is an owl. You're looking at the barred owl, but Ebu here, he came to our center because he was flying free about 13 years ago when he made a big mistake and accidentally flew down in front of a car. The person they couldn't stop and they hit this poor bird, shattering his left wing. But they very bravely scooped him up and took him to a special wildlife vet that saved his life, but unfortunately, they couldn't save that left wing of his. So he's completely lost the ability to fly, which is why he's with us at our center. But owls are perfectly set up to fly and hunt tonight though. Some things that help them. Number one are those eyes. Their eyes are so good at seeing at night that if we turned off all the lights in here, if we made it so dark in this room that you couldn't even see your own hand, just without light, and we took one little candle, with one candle of light in the middle of a big room like this owl could see everything about as well as we see right now. That's what his eyes are. But there's a problem with his eyes. His eyes are so big. His eyes take up so much room in his owl's skull, they're actually stuck, facing straight forward. If he wants to to the left, he has to turn his whole head to the left. The left. The left. If he wants to the right, his whole head turns to the right. That's good. And that's why he has that flexible neck. And can turn his head almost one full time all the way around. Now, it's not like the cartoons. He can't go around, around, around. If he did that, his head would pop off. But he does have 7 extra neck bones, 14 cervical vertebrae that allow him to turn his head 270 degrees, almost one full time all the way around. Now, the second thing that helps them out is in their wings. See, owls have specialized feathers called comb feathers that break up the wind and give them silent flight.
Yeah.
That silent flight helps them out 2 ways, because as they're flying through the forest at night, they're not only looking for food, they're listening for food. And if they're up there going flappity, 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 they can hear the mice and the rats that are down on the ground. The second way it helps him, those mice and rats, they don't hear him coming. He can make a sneak attack to capture his prey. Now, an owl this size will eat about 2 to 3 small rodents a night. They are a super important part of balanced nature. They're out there making sure we aren't overrun by the rodent world. But even though they're such amazing nocturnal hunters, the one thing that they are missing is a sense of smell. Which is good because our next guest is famous for being one of the stinkiest animals on this planet.
Oh, skunky.
But that is Ebu. Let's say goodbye to the barn owl.
Bye, bye, Ibu.
And this is Pepe, and what is
Yay,
he?
skunk.
That's right, but he's not just any skunk, he's a striped skunk, and you can tell by these beautiful racing stripes going down his back. Now, there's also a spotted skunk that lives right here in Florida, as well as a hog-nosed skunk that's got a nose kind of like a pig. But the one thing all these skunks have in common is that spray. Have you guys heard of the spray before? No. Well, I'm going to show you how it works.
Yes, please.
Okay, don't you guys worry. That one will be for the end of my career, and it's definitely going to happen at a junior high school. Now, skunks here, they don't have the fastest feet. He doesn't have the sharpest claws or the strongest teeth. So, what he's gonna do if a big old predator comes along and spooks him, is he's gonna throw a really big fit. He's gonna start by stomping those front feet, letting that predator know that he is a skunk and he is gonna spray. And if that first warning is good enough, he's gonna do full-on handstands. And if they don't listen to those handstands, he's gonna spray. And he can spray up to 15 feet. So some of you guys in our front row here, I'm sorry, you're in our spray zone. Now that smells like the worst part though. That spray gets in that predator's eyes, their nose, their mouth, and it burns, working like nature's pepper spray. But I do have to tell you, we've had a bit of a skunk problem. You see, once a week at our center, we get a call. And 9 times out of 10, it's a group of people telling us they got some skunks coming up on their patio every night, eating all their dog and cat food. And I'm sorry, that's not a skunk problem, that's a people problem. We can't leave food out and expect wild animals not to come up and eat it. Thing is, they do eat it. They eat it, they get bigger, and they have more babies. Starting an issue. But there's an easy way to fix that. You just take that food at night and lock it on up, and he'll go back doing the things he's supposed to. Things like slugs, snails, rodents, and all kinds of other pests, becoming that helper animal instead of that problem animal. Now, I do have to tell you though, we came across Pepe here because unfortunately his mama was hit by a car. And when they pulled over, they saw little Pepe standing on the side of the road. But I gotta tell you, there is nothing cuter than a baby skunk. They look like little killer whales waddling down the road. So she swooped him on up, tried to make a pet out of him. And if that wasn't enough, she offered him to sink lands. So when they got caught, they saw that Pepe here had no way to fit himself out in the wild, which is why he was sent on over to us. But our next ambassador comes all the way out to the South American rainforest, and just like Pepe here, she came to us through another illegal pet situation. But let's say goodbye to Pepe, our
Bye,
striped
Pepe.
skunk.
Now this is Homie, and she is the kinkajou. Can you guys say kinkajou?
Kinkajou.
Bless you. Kinkajous. They're from the South American rainforest, and they are definitely a nocturnal or a nighttime animal. They get up at night, and they're looking for two things. They're looking for fruit, which they eat, and they're looking for flowers. Now the flowers, they do something very special with. They go from flower to flower all night long, sticking their nose down to the flower to get to the nectar. See, inside of their mouth, they have a 4-inch long tongue. And they'll use that 4-inch long tongue of theirs to slurp up that nectar. And as they're going from flower to flower all night long, they're doing a super important job. They're cross-pollinating. They get that pollen powder stuck to their face, and they cross-pollinate those rainforest flowers. There's even certain flowers that only bloom at night. And without a kinkajou or fruit bats living in the area, they would not be healthy or be able to survive. Now, Homie, though, she came to our center because somebody tried to keep her in a tiny little parrot cage in their kitchen. Now, does that sound fair to her? No. No, and she was taken away and sent to our center about 20 years ago. She's one of my favorite animals to share with an audience, and although she may not look like it, she's actually a relative of the raccoon that lives right here in the United States. From her super sharp canines to her awesome rotating wrists that allow them to go up and down trees head first, her skeletal system is almost identical to the raccoon's. But the thing that sets her apart is that amazing prehensile or grasping tail. She can hang by that tail all day long in the canopies of the rainforest. In fact, these guys will spend so much time up in the trees, they will rarely set foot on the rainforest floor. Kind of like our next guest who likes to spend her days soaring high up in the skies over eastern Texas. But that is Homie. Let's give a hand to the kinkajou here.
Bye.
All right, and this gorgeous gal is Tico, our Harris hawk, and these are one of the rare birds that hunt in packs, and they do this because they come from the harsh deserts where their food sources are very scarce, and the only way they can survive is by working together. Now, we got Tico here from the Colson program, which is a program designed to take Harris hawks like herself, breed them, pair them together, then re-release them back out into the eastern deserts of Texas, where their populations have been almost completely devastated by hurricanes. However, though, there was one big problem. Tico here does not work so well with others, and she refused to pair up. She's a bit of a diva. So they sent her on over to us. But what this bird does have is she's got excellent eyesight. In fact, she's got eyesight 6 times better than all of yours, probably 100 times better than mine. And what I mean by that is when she's in the sky looking like a tiny little speck, she can see a mouse all the way down to my feet. And the ridges above her eyeballs, they work perfect. Just like a baseball cap, they keep that sun glare out of her face. So once she spots that mouse, she's gonna dive on down and snatch them on up with her talons. And her talons have over 500 pounds of pressure per square inch. So once she grabs her food, she is keeping it. But like I said earlier, I absolutely love these birds because they hunt in packs, and they do that all by communicating through that white spot in their tail there. You see, they use that tail to signal their hawks. It's what we like to call a hawkie-talkie. They use that hawkie-talkie to let their hawks know where their prey is, how they can corner their prey off so they can dive on down and increase their hunting success rates. It's really amazing. That's why they get the nicknames the Wolves of the Sky. But that's our wolf of the sky, Tico the Harris hawk.
Now, did you guys enjoy those animals?
Yes.
I hope you did. I hope you guys learned something.
We
But
did.
because we get to work with all these awesome wild animals, people tend to ask us this one question. They tend to ask us what our favorite animal is. And I always feel like they're expecting answers like monkeys, hyenas, rhinos, lions, tigers, elephants, these awesome, impressive wild animals. And you know, we love the wildlife. That's why we do what we do. But my favorite animal, without question, without a doubt, is this next guest. His name is Basil, and you guys will definitely know what he is when you see him. Well, check him out. Come on out here, Basil. This is my favorite animal. I trust him, he trusts me. I know he wants to be with me. You have to know the wild animals belong in nature where they're truly supposed to be. Now I like to end each one of our presentations with just a few easy things that we are able to do to help protect our wild friends. Things like reducing single-use plastics and recycling, or picking up garbage and keeping the environments clean. Or if you find a sick or injured animal in the wild, get it to the Wildlife Rescue Center. There are literally thousands of places set up giving animals the proper care they need to hopefully get them back out to the wild. And if there's anything that you guys care about, whether it's people, plants, animals, or the planet itself, get out there and do something about it. If everybody plays their part just a little bit, we can make the world an even more amazing place to live. You guys have already done a lot by supporting the park here today, but I want to thank you guys for being a very fun audience, and enjoy the rest of your day here at Busch Gardens, everybody. Thank you.
We hope you've enjoyed this presentation of Rescue Tales. Please exit the theater using the location nearest you, and remember to take any belongings with you. We hope you enjoy the rest of your day at Busch Gardens.
Thank you. That was amazing. Both of gentlemen did so well, and so did the animals. All the animals were so calm. I was amazed. And my favorite part was that live in Kookaburra. Hearing Kookaburra live in person, in real life, that was like cherry on top. All the animals were wonderful. They didn't have my favorite animal. I love opossum a lot, one of my favorite ones, but the most favorite out of small animals would be armadillo, and they do live in Florida, and they don't have one yet. Maybe someday, I don't know. Yeah, but I often see them as a roadkill, yeah, which is very sad. Maybe one day a wounded armadillo will end up on the show as a rescue animal. I don't know. I don't wish for it. I've seen an armadillo before at a different place, which was also a zoo. I don't remember which one that was, somewhere here in Florida. So that was good enough. Yeah, great experience for the whole family. I'm leaving Pantopia and I'm going back to the Animal Connections, where I purchased the Serengeti Experience ticket, because it's 30 minutes before it's time for me to show up for my tour. And so I'm going to go to that place where I saw that funnel cake, and I'll eat and I'll kill time, and then we'll go with the giraffes. This will be me in 45 minutes. Isn't it beautiful? My funnel sundae cake with a soft serve ice cream and strawberries and whipped cream and chocolate sauce. Yay! Bon appetit to me. Okay, let's try this funnel cake. How much time do I have? Ooh, I only have 18 minutes. Well, that's enough, right? Or should I grab the knife too? Okay, that's what hands are for, right? It's biting me. Oh, really need a knife. Okay, I broke it off. Woohoo! Delicious. I needed that ice cream to cool off, and that's another reason to like that show. I just watched the new show where they showed different animals, because it was inside in the AC, in the air-conditioned room, right? So it was not cold, but just like perfect temperature, and I cooled off, and it felt so good. Now I'm eating ice cream, and now it's also shadowy. I'm like living my best life right now, waiting to go feed giraffes. What more can you ask for? have water too. Ooh. Look at these strawberries. The train is coming. All right, I couldn't finish it, and and that's okay. I'm gonna throw it away in here, and someone else can finish it for me. There you go. All yours. Where did she go? All right, it's 4:30. Let's go to this animal interactions and tours and check in. So here we have this cool shaded area with ceiling fans and also drinking water too. And plenty of seating and plenty of ibis birds. So yeah, and squirrels. Yep, there was one. So just grab yourself a cup, use the hand sanitizer first, I guess, pour yourself a drink, and go sit on a bench. And these are the lockers where you can leave your stuff. There she is. I told you there was a squirrel. I'm not seeing things. There she is, sniffing around. All right, so we got the ladies, we got the tour guide, and we're following them to the trucks. And this young fellow is carrying a bucket of lettuce for the giraffes, and he's doing a great job.
My name's Alex. I'm going to be ride with us today. Matt is also going to be taking some photos of you guys. Some group photos as well, so keep an eye out for that. I don't believe the photo key works on it, but he'll explain more about the photos. Before we hop on the truck, I just asked you to grab some hand sanitizer because we will be handling some animal food today. We want to make sure all our hands are nice and clean. Other than that, a little bumpy, so just make sure you're holding on to either the side, the railing, the brake, whatever you got to grab onto while we're moving. Once you're stopped though, you guys can feel free to move back and forth, get a little bit closer, get a little bit further if you're afraid, that's totally fine. If you can't see over the edge, feel free to crisscross applesauce anywhere next to the grate so you can see right through it.
Nice.
Please keep all hands and feet inside the truck at all times, especially when you're passing through those cattle gaps. And if you guys lose any items, please let me know so we can have our team go collect that item so our animals don't choose to accessorize with whatever you drop. All right.
So our driver Emily got in the wrong truck and she started it, and we're trying to get her. Okay, we're good.
Making sure the truck still works, no worries.
Yeah. Right, exactly. Yeah, totally. Now this truck is coming back, and so we'll be leaving.
With the truck for me, everybody.
Okay.
And we're good. Watch that bamboo.
Yeah.
We're good. Alright, welcome to our little slice of Africa here at Busch Gardens. We'll be making one quick stop at Cheetah Hunt just to make sure they don't pass over us and lose their lunch in my truck. You can also see Serengeti Flyers swinging away just to the left.
Yeah.
Our newest attraction. Oh yeah, they're really enjoying it. Doesn't sound...
I'm going on that next, after this.
Well, good luck. I'll never ride it. We're good.
It's a playground swing on steroids.
No way. Goes above lateral? Ooh. If you look straight ahead, you might see a cream-colored animal with large spiral horns. Those are the Adax. They're a native to the Sahara Desert, and they're the most critically endangered animal you will see on this tour, with less than 500 individuals in the wild. In a recent survey, they only found 3. So you're looking at a group of about 8 of them right there, so it's a real treat to see them.
Wow.
Perfect. So it does look like our black rhino is out and about.
Oh yeah.
Driver's side right there. She looks kind of like a cheetah right now. That's because she's been rolling around in the mud wallowing. Does anyone know why they might roll around in the mud?
To protect from the insects. Protect their skin.
Exactly. So there's a lot of
You're
water
so
content in
smart.
that, so it helps them stay cool. It also acts as a sunblock. It's like a natural form, 3-in-1. Sunblock, bug repellent, and moisturizer. So these guys love to roll around the mud.
That's what pigs do, because they don't have that pigment, right?
Right, exactly.
They can produce it, so they had to cover themselves with the mud from the sunburn. Yeah.
So she is a black rhino or a hook-lipped rhino. They are a solitary species, so they'll spend most of their time alone, and that's because they're browsers. They eat things like berries, twigs, and leaves. As you can see right now, she is having a bit of a munch. Those berries, twigs, and leaves take a really long time to grow back, so that's why they are solitary, because that food source can only support one large animal like that in a small area.
Oh wow.
We do have 65 acres on our tour here, 35 here for those rhino. They get the extra 5 because they're a larger species, and 30 over there for our giraffes and other species as well. We do change things up quite a bit around here, so sometimes we'll add new rocks, logs, dust baths. Sometimes we'll add a different mud wallow. When it gets really hot, we'll turn on a geyser, so the animals like to play in the water as well.
Nice.
It's super fun. We like to put out hay during Halloween. We'll put out pumpkins. Sometimes we'll freeze blocks of fruit as well and chain them to trees, so that way they have something to discover and play with and engage them and encourage those behaviors they have in the wild. All right, so it does look like we will be interacting with our giraffes today in a feeding session. So just a few rules to go over before we begin that. Rule number 1, please, please, please do not try to pet the giraffe. It could spook the animal and they could run away and never come back to our trucks, and we'd all be very sad. Rule number 2, if you see Sedora, please let me know. She is our baby giraffe. We just need to give her a bubble. She's in her terrible twos, so she likes to lick people's hair.
Oh, hello. Hello, cutie.
Well,
Okay, he looks interested.
that is Sedora. She's our
Oh,
baby giraffe.
that's the baby giraffe. I want to feed the baby giraffe. Sidora?
Yes.
Nice.
That is Petiti.
Hello.
She'll probably come up to the truck too. Looks like we're gonna go around the feeder loop. Is Rita going to come up to the truck? No way. So we do all of our interactions with our giraffes on a choice-based system, meaning they can come up to the truck if they want to. If they don't want to, there's plenty of food sources they can go to as well. But the lettuce we give them is just a treat. It's not really nutrient dense. It's mostly water. So it's kind of like ice cream for these guys.
Cool. Cool.
That is Tequiza. Tequiza is a combination of tequila and cerveza. You can be served at the park. Let's go ahead and start the feeding. Yeah, so they are not shy around people. If they touch you, that's totally fine. If they brush up on you, that's totally fine. Oh my gosh, it's great. So it's kind of like a long neck force, really.
You can hold it all the way up so you don't block your face in the picture.
Yes, so the best way to feed them, even if they're right in front of you, just raise that lettuce up. Guess where their head goes? Right there.
Why, my goodness. Oh, hello. One moment, please.
Put your head. Plenty of lettuce. Make sure you raise that
Oh,
up.
my goodness.
Perfect, she already knows the drop in.
Yeah, this is Bernie.
Thank you.
Of course.
Me and Bernie. That was Bernie.
Yes. There you go, Bernie. Bernster.
Here's Bernie. They're so gentle.
The baby one is coming. We're going to give her a little bit of space.
Thank you. Oh, Bernie, wait. I'm sorry. Bernie, wait. Sorry. Hold on, Bernie. Let me get my camera. It's like, you can reach me everywhere. Okay, let's no, don't eat my shirt. Yeah, take it. How was it? Good?
That's gross.
You want this too? You ready for it? Ready for it?
I guess I won't even get my hand up, will I?
Oh, wait.
Great sense of smell as well. They've actually done studies that zebra will pay more attention to what a giraffe
Oh,
Got one over here too, if you want to.
Yes. So this is acacia, their favorite food in the wild.
I want to pet them so badly. I have to like stop myself.
I'm gonna stand by Sonora. You guys can go over to Bernie or
She is a little sassy thing.
she is feisty. But that's okay. I can handle it.
Yeah, just like when we have our yearlings out at the horse farm.
Oh yeah.
Can I feed the baby one?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
over.
Thank you.
She likes the crunchier bits.
Mom, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Behind your back.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my God.
There you go. Come on over. Feed Sedora. Make sure we're not.
Which one was?
You will. Give you a
I'm
little
sorry.
bit of
I did not know that.
That's okay.
There you go. Sedora. Ooh. Sedora will. She's upset. Sedora, come on.
You guys want to do some group photos with Bernie?
Yes.
Bernie?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. So I'm gonna have everyone go stand right here for this corner group shot.
Okay.
I'm gonna have you two walk down over here. And then we're gonna do that. Are you all together?
Oh, okay. Right. All right.
So, I'm gonna have
Hi,
you
Sedora.
some lettuce by your
How are
side,
you,
and we're gonna
baby?
take that photo, shoot it straight into the air. All right, go ahead. Raise that lettuce and keep your eyes on
Wait.
camera. Perfect.
Awesome.
Nice.
Do you need more?
Yeah, do you mind if I have mom hold it?
Sure. Just hold it by your side when they're ready for that photo. Shoot it straight into the air.
Just over, up and over like a ballerina. Perfect.
Yup.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Nice.
Perfect. Awesome.
Here's some more lettuce you guys can feed at will.
Oi! Is somebody eating my hair? Oh no. Okay.
It's just, I think that was Takiza. I'm leaning on you a little bit. I'm gonna give some to Sedora.
That's the perfect one. I'm just a baby.
She will work you if you're not careful. Like, she will be like, "Give me the lettuce. Give me the lettuce."
Like she said, we have miniature horses, and it's the same thing. You think you're in control, but
Here comes the neck. I'm trapped.
that's part of it.
Oh, thank
It's a little
you.
bit like limbo. You kind of just gotta pass.
Yeah.
through them. So
No. Wait. I want to. Hold on 1 second. Duck.
We're over the lettuce.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh.
Really? The sand serpent? Or what?
Can I do the picture like that?
Yeah. Totally. Let me,
1 second.
They're called ossicones.
Bye.
When they're born, they'll start out as cartilage, but over time, they'll slowly turn to bone, and they'll use them when they do the behavior called necking, where they'll swing their head around and whack another giraffe, just to let them know, hey, get away from me.
Oh, like Sedora did to me.
A little bit.
All right, I got the pictures. I had so much fun on the Serengeti Safari. I'm not sure if that's actual official name, but that's how I'm gonna call it. And now I'm going to Serengeti Flights. And with this inspiring music, I'm going on Serengeti Flyer. Finally, I said it right. Serengeti Flyer.
Grip firmly to your body. During your ride, please remain seated facing
Yo!
keeping your hands, arms, and legs down.
So that was super cool. I screamed, I laughed. That was fun. So fast, so high, and almost upside down. You'll be facing like downwards with the, from 135 feet drop. And when it swings up, your feet will be like up in the sky where the moon is. There's the moon right there. And there was no wait. We just waited for the previous group to finish, and they loaded us next. I want to go back, but sit on the other side, not facing this. That's where I was sitting, but back there, and see how it looks like from that side. Now watch this. See how high they are? And now they're looking like upside down. With the feet up in the air. I think they liked it. Why is there water everywhere?
Because we had to clean it off earlier.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Oh, second time it was also cool, and I could see the sun setting from this other side. That was pretty. And second time gave me a headache, so I'm not going back anymore. Thank you very much.
In the platform cubbies and step carefully but quickly in.
Yeah, 2 times is enough. Second time was also fun, and there was less screaming, more laughing on my part. Others were screaming their heads off, and I was elevating in my feet when the slide was rushing down, and it was just like one bar across your lap, and nothing like a shoulder bar or anything. It was kind of scary but exciting. The park is closed, the rides are closed, and I never noticed that there is fern growing out of palm tree. There is a palm tree and there is fern growing right out of it. Wow. Just gonna stop here real quick and say goodbye to the gators. Later, gator. He's digesting his sausage now.
The last trams to the parking lot will be departing soon. For all of us at Busch Gardens, we thank you for visiting us today and wish you a pleasant evening.
Cool, and the animal of the month is the sloth, month of February and March. Who's coming next? Who's in March? I guess we'll have to wait to find out. But the sloth is sure is cute, with a pink hoodie and Busch Gardens. Cute. Thank you, Busch Gardens, once again. Once again, I had a marvelous time. I'll see you soon. Okay, let's go catch that last tram. And I'm back where I started, at the parking lot across from the park. Where's that roller coaster? Disappeared in the sky. There's a roller coaster behind me. That's so weird. Okay, anyway. So yeah, I just had such a great day at Busch Gardens, and I got to ride a brand new ride, and I got to see a brand new show, and everything was so good, great, and very enjoyable, very fun. And when I was fixing my hair in the bathroom after that Serengeti Flyer flight, I noticed that some of my hair, like a strand of my hair over here, is short like this. And I'm thinking maybe the baby giraffe, Sidora, the baby giraffe, took a bite of my hair, because Alex, the tour guide, told us that she likes eating hair or something like that. I think when she bumped into me, that was her taking, but I didn't feel like pulling or something. That's strange. I gotta see the video. Maybe I'll see it in the video. Super strange. I don't remember having like short hair. I would have noticed after my last haircut if it was like that. Weird. Anyway, yeah. So the ride, I had my glasses on for the first ride, and the attendants didn't tell me to take them off, and I was like, that's probably fine because we're not going upside down. But it swings with such a great speed that my glasses started moving just from the wind, and plus it's not quite upside down, but it's pretty much like low like this, so they started moving on my head, and I had to hold on to my glasses with one hand. So that was that put a little dipper on my first ride, but that's okay. On the second ride, I left them in a box. And the other attendant, when I went on the other side, there was the other attendant, and he approached me and told me I need to remove my flip-flops. The first guys didn't tell me so, and they stayed on my feet just fine. They're not that loose. I don't know, maybe because my sweat got swollen up from the heat and from the walking, or maybe they, I don't know, sweaty too. I don't know. Somehow they were staying just fine, but he told me to remove them, so I did. Yeah, and I removed my glasses prior, so I didn't have to worry about any of that. But the second ride gave me a headache, so yeah, I would not recommend to do maybe 2 in a row, maybe take a break. I don't know, maybe it's just me, I don't know. But still, very cool, very cool. I loved it. Both the new show, the new ride, and I got to feed the giraffes again. I've done it before in the past. A couple years ago, roughly speaking, not full 2 years, it doesn't matter. And we only had one giraffe coming up to us, and there was a bunch of us feeding that giraffe. And this time I just had that family with me, and we had 3 giraffes, and one of them was the baby. That was so awesome. What a great visit, so much fun, my goodness. And I got to have that, almost said buffalo, funnel cake, which is my favorite, like, you know, park food or whatever. Yeah, so cool. Yeah, I love Busch Gardens. All right, thank you guys for sticking with me till the end. Thank you for watching, for clicking on my video in the first place. And I'm gonna see you in my next video. And for right now, have a good night and a good rest, and be nice to each other. Take care. Bye bye.